While everyone is distracted by the 2024 presidential campaign, there's an ongoing war on your Second Amendment rights. The Biden administration is doing everything they can to change the definition of pistols by targeting stabilizing braces. This is just another way for the government, folks, to get you to register and track you and your firearms. Joining me now to give an update on this legal fight is a Marine veteran that's suing the Biden administration, Darren Britto. Also here, Wisconsin's Institute for Law and Liberty Deputy Counsel, Vebber. Darren, let's start with you. Where does this stand, my friend? Let's retouch on where we are protecting our Second Amendment rights.
Well, as far as I know, sir, where it stands now is the ball's back in the ATF's court concerning this rule, and they need to get the legislative branch involved as far as dialing in whether it's a rule or a law, because they're not rule enforcement officers, they're law enforcement officers. So a rule is just that, it's a rule. They can't
so Darren, do me a favor, tell the audience what the issue is here. So it would make a tracking, you would force people to track a handgun with this device that would almost make any rifle trackable or required to be tracked, and therein lies your Second Amendment infringement.
Yes, sir. They're moving the goalpost and changing the definition in order to get people to have to register their firearms.
Okay. Lucas, tell us about where this stands from the legal standpoint.
Yeah, so we filed suit on behalf of Darren and two other decorated veterans in federal court. We received an injunction from the court, and that injunction is in place now while the appellate court takes a look at the regulation and determines the underlying legal issue if the agency here acted lawfully.
So am I summing this up right, Lucas, that by doing so, if this became a law, almost any rifle could be deemed required to be tracked?
Yeah, so what the rule did was it essentially took certain pistols and tried to reclassify them as short-barreled rifles, which require essentially registration with the federal government. We believe there are a lot of procedural and constitutional issues with how the agency did that. It all kind of boils down to Congress writes laws, not the bureaucrats at the Bureau of ATF. And if that definition wants to change, it should be Congress that changes it, not the bureaucrats at a federal agency.
Yeah, and Darren, the Second Amendment says my Second Amendment rights shall not may not, might not, shall not be infringed, and this feels like a very severe infringement upon our rights.
Very much so, sir. There's only 27 words to the Second Amendment, but that thing gets kicked around so much. It can't get any simpler than what is stated in those 27 words.
That's right. This shall not be infringed, guys. That is what it's all about, guys. I really appreciate it. And when you get a little closure on this, closer to it, we'll bring you back and let the folks know what actually happens. Darren Britto, Vebber, thank you for joining us.